Alright, we are live. Hello, everybody. KPM, say what's up.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, I gotta pull up the stream chat. I keep on forgetting. Ooh, I got a snap from Beast. He said, yeah, lol. Okay. Thank you, Beast. Okay. Pulling up the stream chat. Of course. Oh, I gotta relabel it. Hold on. We gotta relabel it. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? I see you guys in there. We're gonna label it Episode 4, Week 2 Recap. That's what we're gonna do. And, you already know we're monetizing this. Oh, yeah. We're ruthless. Alright. Okay. Let's go back, boys. And we are going to talk about this right here. And the Chiefs and Lions are below, but we'll talk about those next after this one. Okay, as you guys know, if you have a good question, I will pin it, and maybe we'll ask it in the stream, and maybe I won't. If I don't want to answer it, or, I don't want to ask it, we won't put it up. But we're going to be talking about Week 2 in the NFL season. You ready, KPM? Oh, I should show both of us.
Sure. Okay. The question is, I did not put one game on there, and that one game was Washington and New York.
Same for me. I mean,
about that game.
That was the Thursday game. I think we already discussed it last time, but
I mean, it's up to you if you want to discuss that or not. But other than that,
we'll go over it briefly. We'll go over it briefly, but yeah, we talked about that last time when we were doing the prediction picks, I guess. I'm just gonna say it was not offsides. It wasn't. We should have gotten the win, but Daniel Jones played amazing. Our defense wasn't great. Jason Garrett should be fired. And yeah. What can I say?
Well, NFC more like Darius Slayton should be fired.
Him too. He should have had that. But
you put any other receiver in that situation, Sterling Shepard definitely makes that catch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm adding.
I'm not sure if Kadarius Toney.
I'm trying to add Sterling Shepard.
I know for sure Sterling Shepard makes that catch.
I'm trying to add Sterling Shepard in all my fantasy leagues if I can, and Daniel Jones in the ones where I don't have two solid quarterbacks. But if I have Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, I'm not gonna add Daniel Jones as well. I mean, he's, but Daniel Jones could be fantasy relevant. Anyways, I say we move on from that game. We talked about it enough last time. What's up, boys? Ooh, before we get started on the game recaps, we have a question from Sports Goated saying, do you think the Raiders are making the playoffs this year, and why? You should say why or why not.
Well, okay, I need to think about this, so let's hear your thoughts.
Okay. I think it's going to be close. Now, I know they're technically winning the division or tied for it right now. I still think the Chiefs are going to blow away. They're going to easily win that division. I do, however, think the Raiders have a decent chance at a wild card. Not just because they're 2-0, but because they've beaten two good teams. Two playoff potential teams. Probably two playoff teams. So, yeah, I think they can be a wild card. I'm not going to lock them in as a wild card, but I think they have a chance for a wild card for sure. Division's out of the question, though. Probably out of the question. But them
winning the division is probably not going to happen. I think if the Raiders are going to make the playoffs, they have to sweep Denver. But what I see happening is Denver ends up either sweeping them or Denver splits between them, and that's going to be the biggest, differential.
Beast Sports in the chat, I was talking about the Raiders when I said maybe they make a wild card. I was talking about the Raiders. I wasn't talking about the Broncos. Broncos are kind of the same situation for me, though. I'm like, maybe they make a wild card, but they're not winning the division. Beast really thinks they're a lock for the wild card. I don't know.
So,
I mean,
like I said,
you're gonna have to beat out the Raiders or somebody.
They're going to make the playoffs. The Broncos or the Raiders. If either of them are going to make the playoffs, they either got to sweep the division or somehow beat Kansas City once.
So you're saying at least two AFC. What division is that?
AFC. Which I'm saying is basically sweep the two other teams in the division, other than the Chiefs, or somehow beat the Chiefs one
AFC
time.
West. Okay. So you're saying at least two AFC West teams will make the playoffs?
I think so. Yeah.
I agree. Chiefs are one of them. Raiders or Broncos, maybe for the other. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Stonks? What's up, Prodigy? Mason? No, Broncos aren't going 7-10. Like, they have an easy win against, I think, the Jets to put them to 3-0. And I actually went through their schedule on a different stream and evaluated, like, how I would think each game would go. And I had them going 9-8 with a potential for 10-7. So, maybe they make him. But I say we go with the recaps now. I think we definitely want to start with the recaps, not really get behind on that. Let's start with that Bills game. I mean, we know Tua got hurt early on, but still, 35-0. Devin Singletary started it out with that, 45, 46-yard touchdown run. 35-0. Thoughts?
I think what really turned the tide was when Tua got hurt. It just seemed like, when Tua got hurt, the offense just lost, it lost its propeller. It's just like, Jacoby Brissett came in, and Jacoby Brissett was, my God, he looked like a JV football quarterback out there.
Mm-hmm.
But that offensive line for the Dolphins struggled. That's why Tua got hurt. And they kind of need to address that.
You hear that in the back? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, hey Finns, what's up? Yeah, Finns, you might wanna mute the stream for the next 2 minutes. So yeah, Dolphins versus Bills. Tough game for Dolphins fans. I mean, seeing your first round pick, not this year, but from, what was it, 2 years ago or something? Tua Tagovailoa, I don't know, a year or two, whatever. Your former first round pick gets hurt. You have Jacoby Brissett in. You get beat 35-0 against a division rival. That's tough. But you had the win against the Patriots by 1, so you're 1-1. I think they'll be fine. As long as Tua comes back healthy soon. And now, I don't know if he's out next week or not. I think that really, it does matter, though. I also don't even know who they're playing next week, but we'll figure it out when we do our predictions. Okay, I say we move on to the next one. Bears, Bengals. Now, I do want to say, when we go to each game, before we, recap it, we should say if we got it right or got it wrong in terms of what team we picked. Right? So, I did pick the Bills, so I got that one right. 1-0 right now. Who'd you pick?
Dolphins. I felt like the Dolphins could have, won that game, but
yeah, if Tua didn't get hurt,
the offensive line was atrocious. I mean, jeez.
Yeah. If you put the Giants' offensive line and the Dolphins' offensive line together, it's still probably the 32nd best in the league. It's horrible. Anyways, moving on. So, I'm 1-0 right now. We got the Bears, Bengals. I took an L on this one. I really, really thought the Bengals would get this one. But you know what? I mean, okay, and this has a little bit to do with the fact that I didn't know Dalton was going to get hurt and that Fields was going to go in that early. But he didn't even do that much. He played well, but he didn't play that much.
I mean, I wouldn't say he played well at all. I mean, he didn't look too good at all.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he came in and threw a costly interception that got the Bengals back into the game, and his inability to move the ball, he gave the Bengals a chance to come back and possibly win that game.
Ooh, Dolphins Raiders. That's a good game. Yeah. But, yeah, that's okay. You're right about that. Yeah, they did squeeze it out though.
Let's be honest, though. If Joe Burrow doesn't throw that pick six at the start of the fourth quarter, the Bengals win this game.
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole game, but yeah, I would assume you were right about that. So who'd you have in this game? Because I had the Bengals actually, so I got this one wrong.
So I took the Bears in this one.
Oh, so we're both 1-1. Okay. So venomous. Giants looking like a 10-17. I wish 10-7 would be nice. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. We got the Broncos versus the Jags. I got this one right. I don't know what else to say about it. The Broncos, clearly the better team. Somehow the Jags made it look like it's somewhat a close game, 10-point game, but yeah, I mean, we pretty much knew the Broncos would win that. I thought by a little bit more, I think, by a little bit more, but they still won, so.
Yeah, I took Broncos too.
Yeah. They have such an underrated team. Now, I don't know what happened against the Giants. Like, the Giants should have made that closer, but yeah, that's besides the point. The point, this is an underrated team. I thought they would have beat the Jags by a little bit more, but hey, they still got to win. They're still undefeated, so good for them.
And so let's talk about the Browns and Texans.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Despite the Texans losing Tyrod in this, they played really well.
They played super well. Like, Davis Mills came in. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either, right? I mean,
he was able to move the ball up and down the field.
Yeah. But, speaking of, he's going to be starring in Thursday Night Football this week, so.
This does lead me to my first question that we should ask the chat.
Chat.
Are the Browns legitimate contenders with their suspicious defense? Because the past two games, let's be honest, past two games, they played against Mahomes and company. They gave up 36, 37 to Mahomes and company. They gave up 21 to the Texans, who were believed to have probably the worst defense in football. I mean, they have Tyrod Taylor and Brandon Cooks. Other than that, they got who? David Johnson. That's all I can think.
I also think it's good to consider the fact that Jarvis Landry is out for at least 3 weeks with some. I think it might be like a hamstring injury or something. So he's not going to be playing for like the next 3 weeks. So definitely good to think about that, especially when we're picking our predictions Saturday or something, or whenever we picked them. Yeah, sports goated. If Odell comes back healthy, sure, but Jarvis is out too. So, is Peoples-Jones your number one wide receiver this week? Like,
they might move David Njoku out to the slot receiver position. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe Harrison Bryant or whatever his name is. He could be.
Yeah.
I don't know if they released him or not. Do you think when Odell comes back, and you think when Odell comes back, the Browns will become contenders or maybe favorites? I honestly don't think Odell makes much of a difference on that team. But that's just my opinion.
Let's take a look at Rams and Colts real quick.
Wait. Before we do, I just want to say I did have the Browns, so that puts me at 3-1. But the Texans did play.
Too.
Texans did play well.
I had the Browns in this one.
So are we both 3-1? Yeah, we're both 3-1. Rams, Colts. I am 4-1. I had the Rams. This is actually closer than I thought. A little bit closer than I thought, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I said, but yeah, it was very close. I mean, the fact that Ramsey got that amazing interception at the end was good for the Rams. Carson Wentz going down really hurt the Colts.
He didn't. The crazy thing is, I don't think I've ever heard of a quarterback spraining both of his ankles on the same play.
I don't know.
That is like the most insane thing I've ever heard. And I was watching the Pat McAfee show about that, and I was like, wow, that you just don't hear about that.
I was watching a Pat McAfee show today about, like, Eli Manning was on the show, so I had to watch it, you know. Pat McAfee on Monday Night Football, whenever that was funny. But I could tell he wanted to curse, but he didn't, you know, he wanted to swear, but he held back. He said, like, heck yeah, instead of, you know, whatever he says. Well, I know what he says, I'm not saying it. Okay. What do you think about Matthew Stafford? How did he look in that game?
He looked really good. I mean, he tore the Colts defense apart. I mean, I don't think they do as well without Cooper Kupp, because they had some formations with Cooper Kupp that really tore the Colts to shreds. Like
I was just about to say Cooper Kupp.
They had this one formation in general where they had Darrell Henderson out wide, and they had Cooper Kupp in the backfield. And off the snap, they put Cooper Kupp on a wheel route with a straight go after the wheel up the seam. And he was wide open after making a move on his guy, and it was a beautiful play. Yeah. But Cooper Kupp played a crucial role for the Rams this past week, which, if you have him in fantasy, I would consider starting him.
Consider? I think he's the number one wide receiver over the past 2 weeks. Like, not number one each week, but in total. And I actually want to check that, so I'm going to... You know what, no, I'm just going to check it on my phone. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, he got 23 and then 36 in terms of full PPR. So if I check right now, and I go to Cooper Kupp, right? Now, I'm searching it on my phone. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can see that, but position ranked, hold on, it's not showing it well. I can't show it, but basically it says position ranked number 1, and he's averaging 30.3 fantasy points. Absolutely insane. Like, the first week he had 10 targets, 7 catches, 108 yards, and 1 touchdown. The second week, he had 11 targets, 9 catches, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Like, if you don't already know this, Cooper Kupp is Matthew Stafford's wide receiver 1. Like, it could have been Robert Woods in the past, but, you know, for Jared Goff, but it is Cooper Kupp now. So, yeah.
As though somebody's asking me, is Sam Darnold's ghosting gone? Well, let's be honest right here. It's too early to tell. That's all I'm going to say. It's too early to tell, but with the way he's played the past couple weeks, he's played mostly mistake-free football. And if you're going to play like that in the NFL, I mean, that's the best you can get. I mean, he's definitely looked a lot better than Zach Wilson, albeit Zach Wilson does not have a Christian McCaffrey, a DJ Moore, a Robbie Anderson. But if Sam Darnold can keep his consistency the way he's playing and keep building up his confidence, all that we're going to expect more is some better play out of Sam every week. And like this week alone, he played a lot better than he played last week. And a fun fact for you, Sam Darnold in his career has never passed for 200 yards in a first half. He's done that twice this year.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. And then he had his first 300-yard passing game this past week for the first time since 2019.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I think Darnold's been looking better than he used to be.
I'll just say this:
new team, new Darnold.
The scheme that we have for Sam fits him. It always has a safe option for him. It gives a deep route option. It gives something over the middle that's moderately long. I mean, it gives him the option to spread the ball.
All right. We got a question from Sports Goated. Yo, Brent, is Saquon going to break for 1,000+ yards this year or 10+ touchdowns? Explain. No. 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 He's playing hurt. He is not 100% healthy. 1,000 yards, definitely not happening. 10+ touchdowns is possible, but still I don't think so. He's playing injured. I don't know if you could tell the first 2 weeks he didn't look great. I think we sit him for the next 2 weeks so he can heal a little bit because he's clearly in pain. Get Devontae Booker and whoever else we have. I think we've been working out Reggie, whatever the Panthers guy's name was,
Bonifon?
Yeah, we've been working him out. Maybe put him in. But mostly Devontae Booker. I mean, Saquon still needs to heal, so.
I mean, if you pick up Reggie Bonifon, that's a really good pickup, in my opinion. Bonifon played really good for us.
We're working him out. I don't know if we're actually signing him.
He's a great 1-2 punch back, where if you want to run the ball, he can run in between the tackles. If you want to put him out wide, he can catch passes as well. And I think in high school he played quarterback, so if you needed him to do a halfback pass option type thing, he could throw the football.
Oh yeah, the next Kendall Hinton right there.
Absolutely. Well, probably a little bit more accurate. I don't know.
Okay. Raiders versus Steelers. Now I take the loss on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm 4-2 now.
I'm the same as you right now.
Yeah, I had the Steelers here. I don't know. Even after the Raiders beat the Ravens, I was like, yeah, but the Steelers team just beat the Bills. I'd have to go with the Steelers, but you know what? I was wrong. Derek Carr, this Raiders defense, I mean, wow, you know? And what makes this Raiders team so special, at least on offense, is that instead of just going to Darren Waller on every single play, they're still using him, but they have so many different receivers that can score a touchdown. Like, I think Ruggs might have gotten a touchdown or a big gain. Not necessarily this week, but like first or second week. Zay Jones got one. Bryan Edwards, right? Probably someone else I'm not thinking of. Maybe Hunter Renfrow might have gotten one. I know Waller obviously got a couple probably. But, like, they have so many guys who can get a touchdown. I'll read that later. So, it makes them dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
Even against this good Steelers defense. Like, they don't know who to guard. If they guard one guy, if they guard 3 guys, they leave these 2 other guys open. So, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. It might be a little bit controversial and out there, but I think Derek Carr could be a dark horse MVP candidate. He has literally put the team on his back with the way he's played this year so far. And if he can stay consistent and the Raiders make the playoffs and a possible run, he can make a legitimate case for him to be an MVP.
I think he definitely have to keep up something like that. He wouldn't have to go 17-0, not at all. But he'd have to keep up, like, playing this well, playing tough on these good teams. I don't know if that's in Derek Carr's wheelhouse. Now, I don't want to underrate him because I think he's pretty good. Like, he's good. But, yeah, my dark horse MVP option before this season, Matthew Stafford, and that's looking pretty good. I mean, he's been playing well. But now, this point in the season, Derek Carr could be an even more of a dark horse MVP option. Perhaps.
One thing's for sure. I'm definitely considering picking him up in fantasy because he's been
Well,
he's been slaying the ball.
He's been averaging, like, he scored 24 the first week and then 24 the second week. So, solid 24s, which is honestly pretty good.
He definitely did better than Jameis did for me. Jameis only got me like 10 points.
I don't know why you started Jameis.
I didn't start Jameis. I started Herbert. Herbert had a worse game than Jameis did.
Really? Yeah, I mean, Jameis got like 29 points week 1. But I was like, yeah, he threw 5 touchdowns, but it was only 148 yards. He's not going to repeat this, and not only that, he's going to become the interception king he is in game 2. And I mean, he didn't have a great game 2. So, I did make some bold choices this week. For example, in my main league, I started Deebo Samuel over A.J. Brown. And you know what? That paid off. Deebo got 16.1. A.J. Brown got 7.3. Now, I ended up winning by like 40 or 50 because I had Derrick Henry, and he scored almost 50 points. But, you know, that's besides the point, you know? Sometimes, even if they're not projected more or they're not expected more points, sometimes I start these other guys because I have a feeling. You know?
Alright, so
let's move on. Is that Fin 17?
I don't think that's the Fin 17.
What?
I don't think that's the Fin 17.
No? Oh. Because he... yeah.
It's obviously Bucks 12. I mean, come on, bro.
But in the... Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to say something, then we'll see. Wait! You see, the note... If you have a guy in Discord added, and you wrote a note on them, even if they change their name, the note stays the same. It's OG Aaron. It's OG Aaron. It's gotta be. Say something. It's gotta be OG Aaron, because this note I wrote for OG Aaron, and it's on Bucks 12. Aha! What's up, Aaron? How you doing? Wow,
tell Brent to pull up chat so he can see.
I'm a genius detective.
If he doesn't have it up already, it seems like he doesn't. I don't know what he's referring to.
What happened?
I was referring to what Jam was saying. Anyways, let's move on.
Oh, yeah. Jam. Patriots. Okay, it would say Fin 17, except in our group chat, Finn's said he was going to change his name to, like, Bucks 12 YT or something. Like, you know, he was kidding. But that's the first, you know, that's when I heard Bucks 12 YT or whatever. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, it must be Finn. No, it's Aaron. I can tell because of this. I wrote that. So, yeah, let's move on. Patriots Jets. I was right about this, so I'm 5-2. I'm pretty sure you were right about this as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said if the Patriots get pressure on Wilson, they're gonna have a field day, and they did. I mean, Zach Wilson threw 4 interceptions. He was out there looking like Sam Darnold, seeing ghosts. Yeah. So once again, the Jets are proving why they are terrible at drafting quarterbacks and building around a quarterback.
Yep. I mean, I said that the Patriots would win by at least 2 touchdowns, or at least I think I did say that, and I was right. So, yeah, I mean, Bill Belichick, he has a rookie quarterback. Playing against a rookie quarterback, he obviously wants to prove that he took the right one. That he has the better quarterback, even though they took him later. And while I can't say he proved that, I can say Mac Jones, while not having a good day, had a better day than Zach Wilson. So, still, Mac Jones did not play well. But he didn't play horribly. I'm
pretty sure Mac Jones had the best weekend of all the rookie quarterbacks, though.
Perhaps, but he didn't even have a good weekend. Like, Trey Lance didn't play at all, you know? He didn't play at all.
Which brings up my next point. Why in the world do the 49ers draft Trey Lance if they're not going to give him an opportunity under center? I just don't get their philosophy of changing quarterbacks in and out, because at the same time, that's going to affect the team moving forward, in my honest opinion.
They're going to let him play, but you know how Fitzmagic was the starter until like week 7 or something. Remember? For the Dolphins. So, I mean, that could happen with the 49ers. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. Just, it was a blowout, and we expected a blowout. That's all I'm going to say about this. Okay. Saints, Panthers. I can say that I was correct about this. Panthers won, and I was correct. 6-2, and you got this one wrong, didn't you?
Yep, I actually chose the Saints in this one. But I wouldn't say my pick was that bad of a pick.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Think about going into this season.
You were just a little bit too high on Winston. Just too high on Winston.
Well, I wasn't high on Winston. I was talking about like their run offense. You think about their rushing offense. They had 180 yards last week against the Packers. What did they have this week? Like less than 30.
Yeah, Kamara was not good.
That's a significant difference. I mean, not taking anything away from the Saints. The Saints didn't have multiple players on defense, multiple starters, and some backups. But there's a philosophy in the NFL where you have to have next man up. And with the way the Panthers played yesterday, it was just total domination. If Darnold doesn't have his stupid
not yesterday, but yeah,
halfway through the third quarter, they win that game by a shutout.
Yeah, I gotta say I did not expect the Panthers to win by that. You know, the gravity of that. You know what I mean. I didn't expect them to win by that much or whatever. They did. I did expect the Panthers to win, but not by that much. Yeah. Solid.
And
also, another team I'd call underrated for sure.
Somebody asked me earlier, he's like, what do you think the Panthers' record would be? Personally, I think it's going to range from 8-9 to 12-5. It kind of depends on the next few games, because the next few games, you got the Texans, you got the Cowboys, Eagles,
let me do
Vikings,
a guess.
Giants, and Falcons.
Let me do a guess for the Panthers' record. And now I'm just going to go through games one by one. Okay, so they are 2-0 right now. Play the Texans, win 3-0. Play the Cowboys, lose 3-1. Eagles win 4-1. Vikings lose 4-2. Giants win 5-2. Panthers lose 5-3. Patriots lose 5-4. Cardinals lose 5-5. Football team win 6-5. Dolphins lose 6-6. Falcons win 7-6. Bills lose 7-7. Bucks lose 7-8. Panthers win 8-8. Bucks lose 8-9. Okay, 8-9 is where I have them at. Maybe they win another one. I don't know. Tuddy, you're not in the server. Man. I want... Okay. Well, what do you think, KPM, the record for the Panthers? I'm thinking 8-9. But
I said somewhere in between 8-9 and 12-5. I mean, it kind of all depends, like, how they do these next few games. Like, they can definitely beat the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are one of those teams where, like, 1 week they look like Super Bowl champions, and then the next week they look like they could barely beat a JV football team.
Yeah, but they've looked good in both weeks so far.
They didn't look too sharp against the Chargers. They should have lost that game.
But didn't
thanks to the Chargers having multiple penalties inside the red zone,
they just couldn't beat an underrated Chargers team, so I don't know. Do you think Kenny plays like himself in the season? And if so, will the Giants take the division? I think that Sterling Shepard is making it known that he's the wide receiver 1 on the New York Giants. And Kenny Galladay, well, he's going to have to deal with that somehow. So, no. No, the Giants don't take the division. I'm sorry, they don't. Chargers are overrated, not underrated. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. We go to the next game. Niners, Eagles. I got that right. I believe I said the Niners.
Yep, I got that one right as well.
It was close though. So I am 7-2. Very nice. Whoa,
6-3.
6-3. Okay, pretty good. 7-2. Yeah, it was closer than I thought again, but they still took the dub. I don't know. I didn't really watch that game too much. Apparently, Debo had himself a day as well. Brandon Ayuk is not doing anything. He had like one catch. Oh yeah, it was funny. Elijah Mitchell or whatever his name is, the running back for the Niners. He ran, right, and he got the touchdown, but they called it back, and so they put him at the 1, and then I think Garoppolo, like, QB sneaked it, and so everybody who had Mitchell on their fantasy team was like, no! Because that was like 6 or 7 points just taken away and given to Garoppolo. And of course, not many people started Garoppolo because of the chance that Trey Lance would do some stuff. And Garoppolo is not necessarily a great fantasy start anyways. So, I mean, they only got 2 touchdowns, so.
Okay. Now we got the Buccaneers and Falcons.
Which brings me to 8-2.
Got these.
Yeah, I got this right. It was actually a close game at one point. And then the fourth quarter, I think, that one corner on the Bucs got 2 pick sixes to put them up big. What's up, Robert?
It was like 28-25 with like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Buccaneers scored to make it a 10-point game. And then the Falcons had back-to-back pick sixes that pretty much sealed it for the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm. That is what happened. Whoops, my bad. Okay. Yeah.
And then, I mean, that's pretty much all we could say about this game because, you know, this game, if you don't have the 2 pick sixes at the end of the game, you can talk about, oh, the Falcons played amazing. They gave the defending champs a run for their money after last week's terrible performance. But with the 2 pick sixes, it kind of just separates them from being like, oh, they played good to kind of mediocre.
Not even mediocre, really. Like, they gave up 48 points. I don't care what it was on, they gave up 48 points, so. Yeah.
Cardinals and Vikings. The first half of that game was fun to watch. I mean, it's just back and forth haymakers being thrown between the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half, both offenses just fell asleep.
Yeah. And then the missed field goal at the end. And you know what was so funny to me, and probably not at all for Vikings fans? The fact that the NFL, when they posted the highlights of that game, they showed the missed kick, and then they showed it again, twice in the highlight. Oh my goodness.
It should have, like...
That was so funny.
I think I remember the NFL posted, like, the Vikings radio caller's... call of the kid. He's like, it's good! Oh, he missed it! No!
Yeah, yep. No! Yep, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so... When I heard that, I was like, well, that's the embodiment of I just died inside. Yep. But yeah, that was... I felt bad, but I mean...
It was funny.
The radio call, that was kind of funny to listen to.
It was very funny. And that game actually brings me to 9-2, but I believe I didn't do well in some of the other games. So
yeah, 8-3.
So I'm at 9-2.
Next, because I chose the Chargers.
10-2 because I picked the Cowboys, and why am I happy about that? I'm not happy about that. But that brings me to 10-2 because I did pick the Cowboys over the Chargers. I just knew. Like, and they didn't even play that great, but they still won. That shows you they're a good... I hate to say it, but that shows you they're a good team. They didn't even play well, and they still beat the Charger team, which beat the football team.
Herbert had 2 interceptions in the red zone, and then one of their touchdowns got called back because of the penalty, which they had to settle for the field goal late. So that's pretty much the difference in the game. I mean, you have 2 picks in the red zone. That takes at least 3 points off the board.
Yeah. That's true. 2 score, or 3 score, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
And then...
Interesting
game. The two I got wrong between the Cowboys and Chargers and Titans and Seahawks. I mean, these were toss-up games because both teams are unpredictable. Like, one week the Titans look really good because they can just give it to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry just bust every run he possibly can for 6+ yards. And then the next week they can't run the ball, and Tannehill just looks inconsistent throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was 10-2, but I think I had the Seahawks, so this puts me to 10-3. You were the Seahawks too, right?
Yeah.
What does this
I'm
bring
like
you to?
8-4, 8-5, one of those two.
Yeah, I'm 10-3 after 13 games. So, yeah, you're probably 8-5.
But let's talk about this game real quick.
Yeah, this
Seahawks were up by 15 points at halftime.
Yep.
And we're up by 2 scores late in this one. And funny story, we were talking in the MM group chat and had Plug in there saying, "Oh, I'm not worried,
man, Seahawks
I'm
fan
not
alert.
worried." That comment aged so well, especially when they
so
pushed overtime.
Yeah, Seahawks fans punching grass right now, punching air.
Oh man,
punching air.
Yeah, I would have been punching air too, because like, you lead by 15 that late in the game, and you let them come back and win it in overtime. That's just a gut-wrenching loss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, opportunities to shut the door on them. Like, they could have stopped Derrick Henry on the 2-point conversion for the first time if they went for it. They could have prevented the touchdown from happening if the offense would have been able to move the ball. Yep. And then in overtime, you had Russell Wilson running backwards on 3rd and 10 and almost taking a safety, which led to a punt that gave the Titans the ball at the 40-yard line of Seattle. So basically, Russell Wilson single-handedly almost gave the Titans the game by almost taking a safety in overtime, by taking a 20-yard sack.
I mean, he was just trying to make a play happen. Now, you gotta realize at some point that maybe you're not gonna get the play to happen. Maybe you just gotta throw it out of bounds. Cut your losses. So KPM, how many likes do you think it would take for you to show your face just for like 5 seconds? Because we're at...
I don't know. I don't know.
Like 20?
We'll say 50.
50. You heard it here, guys. 50. Like it up. Okay.
Yeah, I need 50.
Alright. I'm pushing 10-3 right now. Chiefs Ravens puts me at 10-4.
Yep.
Second loss in a row. 8-6 and 10-4. Whew. Yeah.
Like, half my losses were 1-score losses, though. Like, field goal losses. Come on.
Yeah.
That's how the NFL is nowadays.
I just thought that, Mahomes had never really lost to Lamar. Why start in Arrowhead, Like, no, it's not gonna happen.
You take the Allaire fumble off the board, the Chiefs win this game.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can't take anything off the board. That's not how it works. But I know what you're saying. It was a very close game. And the fact that you see the clip of Harbaugh asking Lamar, he said,
"Yeah,
Lamar, you want to go for it?" "Yeah." "Okay, let's go for it."
I mean,
on 4th and 1.
Let's be honest. If I'm Harbaugh in that situation, I would have went for it, because with the way their defense played all night, that fumble was probably the last stop they were going to get all night.
Yeah, but
and then Butker can hit it from 60.
But what was I going to say? I mean, yeah, if I were him, he did the right thing. I mean, trust the quarterback, If Lamar thinks he can get it, you let Lamar try to get it. Because, okay, the second Lamar thinks he can get it and you say, nope, Lamar, you're coming off the field, even if you win that game, it kind of ruins, I'm not going to say his confidence, but, like, the communication between the coach and the player. Now, if you let him go for it and he doesn't get it, well, that's fine, because he's not going to get it every time. So I think it was the right call. But, yeah. Great game, though. Definitely a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Much better than Lions-Packers game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining to watch. I didn't really expect the way he played. Listen, Lamar Jackson's jump pass, in which he threw it to Hollywood Brown and he scored, that was probably the most impressive touchdown pass I've ever seen. Because he did not.
Oh yeah, he jumped and then
he did not have his feet set. He's literally getting hit as he throws, and he puts enough mustard on it just to find the open receiver, and the receiver scores. That's probably the most impressive touchdown pass I've seen all year.
That was crazy, man, for sure. I don't know how he did it. It looks like a Madden celebration or something.
Yes, it does. I just post that because I can.
Okay.
I might actually get you copyrighted by the NFL now.
Yeah, I don't care. Alright, let's go to the last game. Puts me at 11-4 on the week. Keep in mind that it, would add up to 16 games, but we didn't predict the Thursday night game in the Giants versus Washington. I actually did think Washington, and I'm not just saying that, like I thought Heineke would destroy us. So technically I would be 12-4, but I'm not going to add that because I didn't technically say it. But this week we will be predicting the Thursday night game on this stream actually. But first, let's talk about this Monday night game that happened. The Lions versus the Packers. It started out pretty well for the Lions. And let me just say that early on, I was like, when are the Packers going to get their first NFL touchdown? First touchdown of the 2021 NFL season. And they did get it. And then at the half, the Lions were winning 17-14. Slowly, they were giving back the lead, but they took the lead back before the half to get to 17-14. And then it just they just collapsed in the second half. But that first half looked pretty good for the Lions, not gonna lie.
I mean, we could all make a case that the Lions might be significantly better than we think they are, especially after the way they played against the 49ers in week 1. For them to go into Lambeau, I expect them to lose by like 4 or 5 touchdowns. I thought Aaron Rodgers would go into this game, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna prove the haters wrong this game. I'm gonna sling that thing. We're gonna score 60 points or 50 points on Monday Night Football. Well, I mean, the Lions came in there and they actually punched the Packers in the mouth in the first half. Jared Goff looked pretty solid in the first half, and then he just completely faded away in the second half.
Yeah, he looked, the whole team looked pretty solid in the first half for the Lions. But, yeah, the second half, Aaron Jones just didn't stop. I don't know. He just didn't stop.
I'm glad I had him on my fantasy team. I came into Monday night down by 6 points in my fantasy game, and I ended up winning by about 50. So
35.
35? Okay, well, it's one of those.
He scored 41
I thought it was like 151 to like 104 or something.
Yeah, he scored 41 fantasy points, I think, so good job. Siege Fortnite in the chat saying, I'm taking a massive... Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm not going to read the rest of that. But, yeah, overall, I went 11-4. 12-4 if you add the Washington game. But, technically, we didn't put that on the air, so I'm going to say 11-4. And you went...
9-6.
Alright, so in terms of playoffs, my predictions would probably win the division, maybe as a 3 seed.
And mine would get a wild card spot.
Exactly, that's what I was just about to say. I'd get a 3 seed, you get a 6 seed or something. I'd get home field advantage, but that's not what this is about. Predict 18th record. Not now. Maybe in a different video or something.
Yeah, maybe next time.
I think we're gonna end it off with this. Thursday night football. Panthers, Texans. Keep in mind, the Texans don't have Tyrod Taylor. Their starting quarterback is Davis Mills. I don't even know who their backup is. What do you think? Score prediction, who wins, by how much, whatever you want to say. Go.
You know, I hate having optimism for my own team because every time I get optimistic about the Panthers, they always kick me in the nuts.
They're playing the Texans.
So
come on.
I'm gonna say Carolina wins 35-20.
35-20. Okay. Anything you want to add to that, or is that? I mean,
I think Sam Darnold keeps going on his little hot streak right now. I think he's going to continue to light the defenses up. Obviously, the Texans really don't have the best secondary in the league, and they have to guard C-Mac and Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and he's also got some solid tight end options. I think Sam Darnold.
Dan Arnold.
He's going to come in there. He's going to come in there. He's going to be confident. He's going to sling it. And I think he's going to have a good Thursday night performance.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting. If Tyrod Taylor plays, it's
already been announced that he's out.
No, I'm saying if Tyrod Taylor did play, my prediction would be pretty different. But because he's not playing, because Davis Mills is playing, I'm going to say the Panthers take this one 24. 24-9.
Yeah. 24-9. That's an interesting score.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that score much before.
Yeah, well, 9 because either they're going to score a touchdown and shank the extra point, or they're going to kick 3 field goals. Or score a touchdown, shank the extra point, kick a field goal, or just kick 3 field goals.
Let's see if they even get in the end zone, because this Panthers defense, that front 7 looks really good right now.
Yeah,
and they're going to be playing another relatively weak offensive line this week. So if they can get pressure on Davis Mills and force him to into some mistakes, the defense, if they play like they did against the Saints, where they shut down David Johnson and forced Davis Mills to drop back and pass the ball, you can guarantee that the Panthers will have a very good game against them defensively.
It's also going to be Mark Ingram in the backfield. Maybe what's the old Broncos running back's name? Lindsey?
Philip Lindsay.
Philip Lindsay. Does he even? I don't know. I saw Mark Ingram and David Johnson get most of the carries the past 2 weeks, so I don't know.
Heck, they might not even have David Johnson on the squad this week. They might have traded him away for a 7th round pick after trading for him with Deshaun Watson. Well, not Deshaun Watson, but DeAndre Hopkins.
Maybe they just traded him for a vending machine and a couple bags of chips or something. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Let's put up a poll real quick. Was the DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson trade the worst trade of all time?
The worst trade of all time. Honestly, I'm gonna say no, just because there are so many bad trades that happened in NFL history. But I can see that one is bad, but I don't think it is the worst.
Well, for recent memories, what I'm talking about, last 20 years, I don't think there's ever been a trade
20 years is a long time, though.
Now, if you go back about 30 years ago, you had Herschel Walker get traded to the Vikings for 6 first-round picks. That led to Dallas ending up building their dynasty in the mid-'90s.
I don't think my poll went up, but I just, if you guys want to answer, you can answer in the chat. Do you think it was the worst trade of all time or not? Or worst trade of the last 20 years or something. Yeah, but I think that's it for the Last Drive episode. Last Drive episode 4. Week 2 recap, predicting Thursday night. Anything you want to say before we end it off?
Nothing much. Just thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you're not already, subscribe to this guy as well as me.
You know
Anyways,
you know it. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Stay tuned for episode 5. Probably gonna happen. I'm not gonna. Maybe around Saturday. Maybe around Sunday. I don't know. We're gonna try to do it before the rest of the week 3 games. Not before the Thursday night game, but before the rest of them, so we can predict them. If not, we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and